Well, hello,
Yeah.
Mayum.
You always crack me up when, well, hello,
Well, hello.
Mandy.
Oh my gosh, like we
All
haven't been talking for
right.
the last half hour.
I know. It's so funny. Okay,
Well,
so what do we got going on today, sis?
well, yes, we have an amazing show scheduled today. We're going to be interviewing the amazing Chelsea from Radiate
Yes.
Retreats. And if you didn't
Yes.
catch our podcast last week, Mayum and I went to Tulum on one of her amazing retreats in Mexico for a week, and it was unbelievable. And we are
Unbelievable. Magical.
still in awe of it. And so Chelsea was gracious enough to join us as she, uh, you know, join us in conversation about her process, who she
Hmm.
is, what she's been through to get her to this beautiful place of light working and gathering women.
Yes.
Yeah. So one of the things that Chelsea did, which I thought was we both thought was unbelievable, and we talked about this in episode 91, is before we got there, she kind of tapped into our energy and found a word for us. And your word was
Balance, which I love right now. I'm really, really bringing that in, sister. I need it.
Mm,
And I didn't know that I needed it until Chelsea gave it to me. How
yes,
about that? Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And
And
my word
your
was,
word?
yeah, sorry.
And remember,
My,
we're on video too, by the way. So
oh yeah,
this is on
that's right.
YouTube show. So
I'm gonna
it's a
have
good
to
thing we're
be
show ready.
mindful.
Yeah. I know.
Well,
Because
kind of.
sometimes we're podcasting and we're like talking on the side. They're going to see all of that now.
I know. Fantastic. Well, enjoy the show, ladies and
I
gentlemen
know. And gentleman.
and gentlemen. Yeah, my word was creativity. Yeah, and that
Yes.
was just so perfect for me. And I'm really, really trying to embody that word. And I, like you, I didn't realize I needed that word as
Hmm.
much as I did, because it was really like owning it and really embodying the word. Like, I am a creative being and I am capable and ready to do this, writing my book. And so it was like giving me permission, yeah, to do so. And this is something, Mayum, you and I talked about beforehand, how powerful she is at tapping into our energy and our frequencies. And
Oh, yeah.
so we thought it would
We
be,
thought that we would do this before she got here, just like she did it for us before we arrived. We thought, let's go ahead, and it's actually Manjeet's idea. I think it's brilliant. So we're going to do this quickly before she jumps on, and pull a beautiful card, one each, right? For, yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
So what
so
deck are you going to use? Did you?
I was so funny. I was going back and forth between two of them, and I'm doing Keepers of the Light Oracle cards by Kyle Gray.
Mm, love them.
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
here they are. Here, everybody.
Mm,
So, for those that are, this is my deck, Kyle Gray, Keepers of the
love
Light,
it.
Oracle cards. And because of the word light and radiate and light workers, it just
Mm,
felt like that was the one calling to me.
I love that. Yes.
Okay. And yours?
I am going to be using these beautiful babies, these little bad boys. Look at all that light and
Oh,
color
it's
and
beautiful. Yeah.
beautiful. That's the back of it. These are visions of the soul, meditation, and portal cards. So
Ooh,
they are
beautiful.
just so badass. And
Kim Dreyer. Okay.
yeah, Kim Dresch. And Chelsea for me is just really multidimensional. She's just like one of these women that just, I don't know, it's like she doesn't quite belong here on the planet because she's so magnanimous. Like, she just seems like she's not really from this galaxy, even, if that makes sense. So I just wanted to see what visions of the soul want to come forward for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny that you should say that because I do sense that. And I feel like that she's this sweet, also
Mm,
um, new soul. I feel like that she's come to this planet, and then because she is here to help this planet, this is why she's on this journey. But she had to go through some pain and suffering herself to get
mm,
acclimated to being human. And I feel like her gentle, sweet self got kind of like run over by a truck and was like, this
Yeah.
fucking planet, I hate it. You know? And so now she's
I
like,
love
no.
it.
And she went and found her healers and her people.
Mm,
And now she's sharing that healing with other women, knowing that we humans need this. We need what she's
yeah.
doing.
Oh, so much. And that she is the gatherer
Yeah.
of these women, right? And I just, yeah, I love that. It's a beautiful way to say that. And I mean, we were all floating in the water after our Temescal ceremony.
Yeah.
And I remember that vividly, looking up at the sky and all of the stars and the lightning in the background. And I just remember thinking, wow. At one point we kind of were floating around each other and we had a really awesome conversation. And I just looked at her and I thought, she belongs up there. Like that's her home, man.
Yeah,
It was
it's so
just
funny.
so cool.
I
So,
love it.
did you want to pick your card, my
Yeah,
lovey?
let's do it because we have like a minute before she jumps on, sister.
I know.
All
I
right, here we
know.
go. Chelsea,
Okay.
Chelsea, Chelsea. I'm just going to sit with her energy as I do this. Put the cards next to my heart. I'm doing this for the video, but I'm also saying it for our listeners. Okay. And this is the card. And the card for me is Lady Nada. Oh, wow. Heart
What?
Awakening. And I'm very lightheaded as I'm looking at this card.
Oh, wow.
And now I need my glasses. Awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. Oh, there's that word. So it doesn't surprise me that maybe I'm giving her this card. I am going to pull from the guidebook a little bit, but generally when I see this, like this is the picture. I'm going to put it up here for the viewers. Look at
Oh,
Lady Nada.
yes.
It's a blondie
It
with
kind of
pink
looks like
roses.
her.
It looks like her. I was just
Are
going
you
to say that.
kidding me?
Right? Heart
Heart
awakening.
awakening.
Awaken to
Oh.
acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. So
Oh my gosh, it
I,
looks
I
like
will
her.
read in this. I might read more of it later after she jumps on. But I feel like this is her. And I feel like the balance is the giving and receiving of what she gives for these women and these retreats, but to also make sure that she maintains her inner balance and that she receives the love accordingly. So, like you say, keeping her cup full so that she
Yeah.
can give. That's what I feel like this is a message for her, to give and receive willingly and in balance.
Love it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Do you see that
Wow.
she's here? Okay, let's do
Oh,
yours.
okay. I am picking for her third eye chakra, number 6. So look at this beautiful bird here. I just can't even believe that. So I really feel like this is about her third eye, right? She is a very psychic, very
Yes.
powerful woman. And the way she transmitted her into our dimension when she was picking up on our energy, I think this is an acknowledgement that this is real, that is really truly one of her superpowers.
I agree, and I love that. Yes, the cards are
Yeah.
validating that she is connected because I think she doubts
Yes.
herself.
Yes, yeah, it says
Yes.
fearless, charismatic, visionary, self mastery, telepathy, and intuition. So this girl, she's on
Ooh,
fire.
I love
That was
it.
that was a really horrible Alicia Keys. Sorry, I fail. Okay,
I love
all
it. I
right,
love it. Okay.
all
Okay,
right, my
so more
sister.
on the
Are we
cards
ready?
later. We're ready.
Yes,
More on the cards later. And I'm going
you're
to take out my
ready.
readers. Okay, we're going to bring Chelsea in,
Yay!
everyone.
Yay! She'll cut the recording.
Oh, yes.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. This is going to be hard to do on video. Lightworkers Unite is a podcast and social show hosted by intuitive women, lightworkers, and most importantly, friends, Mayume and Manjeet. Welcome to our podcast, Lightworkers Unite, where we believe there is a lightworker within all of us.
Whether you are a medium, an educator, or a nuclear medicine technologist, there is a light worker within you, and we have work to do.
This is a safe and sacred place where lightworkers connect, grow, and learn.
And share our light with the world.
Okay, and we're on. So welcome. We have with us such a special guest on this podcast. We're super excited, right, Manj? We've been prepping for the last like half hour before she got on here. But we have the amazing, magical, and absolutely gorgeous Chelsea Wiersma, who's with us today, who is the
Yay.
owner and CEO of
Oh, girl.
Radiate Retreat.
Yes.
Hi.
Thank you for carving out some time for us in your busy schedule. We are just so honored. This is kind of a follow-up interview, isn't it? Podcast from our episode 91, where
Yes.
Mayume and I, if you haven't heard that episode, you really need to check that out because we do a day-by-day play of what we actually went through on our retreat last week.
Yes.
In Tulum, and Chelsea is the beautiful orchestrator of all of that. And
Yes, the
we had to
orchestrator.
have her on. Or she
We
might.
had to.
Oh,
We well,
I just hit
something
my
that
mic.
I know she's gonna hit her mic a lot, and
I
I
hit
might
the
too,
mic a
'cause
lot.
mine's like
Sorry.
right in my face right here. Like,
Boom.
so we really were fascinated by the way you plan this, and that's something that
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to. I don't know if we want to start there.
Yes.
Just like
Yes.
how
Start.
do you do this? How did you
Yeah.
come up with like I want to give each person a word, and what's your process when you do that?
Yeah.
And how did you plan the beautiful ceremonies and activities accordingly? Like,
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
thanks for having me again.
oh
I'm
my
so
God.
excited to be here. I think I started with the plan it's all based on my own experience, but I spent a while in Tulum and I just kind of tried everything. There's, as you've seen, there's a bunch of different healing modalities there, a bunch of different events. So I kind of tried everything and just put together the things that impacted me the most in terms of like the schedule. I come from a very religious background, so a lot of this stuff is like, whoa, no, you
Oh,
know.
right, sure. Very
Yeah.
woo
So
woo.
I
Yeah.
kind of like, and a lot of people who come on my retreats are from similar backgrounds. And so I kind of had the idea to like ease people into it. And so that's
Yeah.
why we start with the yoga. Everyone knows yoga. And then
Yeah.
breath work, well, it's just breathing and it's just listening to sound and it's kind of easing into it. And I just noticed like the women kind of let go a little bit more as it goes on
Yeah.
and to just like build up. That's kind of was my idea of the flow. And then
Yes.
And
last
I
day
have to
just
say,
did a celebration.
yeah, we felt
Yeah.
that. We actually talked about that in our last episode, is that it did feel progressive. It felt
Yeah.
like you really thought about the little incremental breakthroughs that wanted to happen. It's not like you can go right to the Temescal. I mean,
Yeah.
that's gonna freak somebody
Get
out,
me
right?
out of here. What is this?
Oh my
What is
gosh.
this? Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So that was brilliant. Brilliantly done. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Like what brought you to Tulum to start with? What happened?
What happened? Yeah, that you wanted to, that you needed healing.
Yeah. So
Tell us about that.
before COVID, I was kind of just solo traveling through Central America. So that's when I first went to Tulum, and I fell in love with it. And then fast forward to when COVID hits, I had to like stop all of my travels and I went through really extreme depression. I was trying all different types of depression and anxiety meds. And I think the doctors didn't know if it was depression or anxiety or both. And some of the medicine was like making it worse. And I was in talk therapy and I felt like I just kept, I mean, I think talk therapy is great. I don't want to like slam it, but I felt like I just kept re-talking about all these things that were making me upset without like doing something about them. And so I just felt like I needed to try something more. And I remembered that when I was in Tulum with like a bunch of healing, I didn't really know what it was. I just know there was like a bunch of healers there, like a community around this. So I went for a month with my cat and I knew a couple people there already. And I told them like, I don't care what it is, what religion it is, what they do to me. Like, I just need healing, like deep soul healing, and I'll try it. And so that's kind of what I did. I kind of tried it all.
Wow. I love that you brought your cat. That's like, what? I love that. Cats travel. I love cats. So that's so
love
cool.
It's my emotional support animal.
Yes.
Yeah. Because
I
you
don't
travel
want
with
to,
your cat at all of your retreats, don't you? Except for the one we were on. I
yeah,
remember you
she
saying
always
that. Yeah,
travels with me. Yeah.
I love that.
So then after I was there for a month or so, I don't want to say like I was completely changed because that wouldn't be true, but I was really impacted and I did find different ways to find healing or deal with what was going on. And I met really amazing people that really impacted me. And I just felt like I have to share this with other women. Like all women need to know about
Oh,
this. I specifically
Yes.
have heart for
yes.
women. And so then I told all the people I worked with, I was like, here's my idea. I want to share this with other women. And then people signed up.
Yeah.
My
People
gosh.
signed up. May I ask, like, tell me about the first one? Like,
The first one was amazing. I don't think I slept the whole week because I had so much adrenaline. Like I had
yeah.
just thought about
Mm,
it so much. And it was just amazing, and I think nothing will ever compare to your first one because it's my first time experiencing all of this. I think I never stopped crying the whole week. I was like, what?
Oh,
Like
love it.
seeing all these women. I remember I looked over at the photographer once and I was like, what have I done? Like seeing all of them like having these breakthroughs, I was like, holy shit, what have I done here?
Yes, queen. Yes, you did this, right? You did this.
yes.
Wow, I love
I
that.
love it. I do too.
I
Um,
love all of this so much. And I feel like it's a really powerful story to connect with all women. We all have pain. As light workers, we all have different levels of insecurity and frustration, and we are all looking for profound healing.
Mhm,
And I love when you said talk therapy.
mhm.
You mean traditional
Yeah.
therapy, right?
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought that's a really interesting way to say you can do that, and
Mhm.
right, it's an
Mhm.
and,
Yeah.
it's not an or, right? you
Yeah.
can you can
Totally.
add some of these beautiful practices. I was really curious about, how did you find the healers for the retreat? And are they the same healers that are on all of your retreats, or are they different?
I mix it up,
Okay.
depending who's available or what they specialize in, but I do work with everyone myself before
Oh,
hiring
wow.
them for the
Oh,
retreat.
wow. I
Yeah.
love
So,
that. That makes
yeah,
I
because
complete
love
if,
that.
sense.
women are coming and trusting their souls with this.
Yeah.
So I
Wow.
do try it out first, but I think it was just through contacts. Like one person I know there recommended one person, and then I asked her, like, "Hey, you were amazing. Do you recommend anyone who does breath work?" And then
Yeah.
I like Ilaria, and then I'd ask her, "Do you know anyone who does this?" So it's a very close knit community, and I just kind of went through recommendation, and then I would meet with the person myself and try it out myself.
And which is great because then
Wow.
you build a relationship with them as well. And
Yeah.
as you're healing and noticing their work, then you're saying, hey, I'd really love to use you in my retreats to help other women. They're probably like,
Yeah.
I'd love to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
I
and
think
there's
what
going
I
to be
really,
more.
oh,
Sorry, I
sorry,
was
what
just
was
going to
that?
say,
Maybe.
I just sense and feel that there's going to be more. You're going to
I
be
hope
making
so.
more, right? Connections.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, and maybe this is just like some feedback, right? Is I in our retreat, they were all women,
Hmm.
and so I feel like that was really powerful for me. So I that's why I was asking, like, do you have different, maybe male energy, and what that would, if that would be different, because I don't know, I felt like it was an all women retreat, and having all women healers was
Hmm.
just like, I don't know, I just felt so connected to our
Yeah.
sovereignty, our feminine goddess power. Like I felt that was really, and I just wondered if that would feel different with a male,
Yeah. I purposefully do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, I think it's so powerful when a group of women can come together. And for me personally, I do have a lot of traumas that have to do with men. And so it just
Mm,
adds another level of like safety in my body for me, like in my subconscious, knowing that
yes.
it's all women.
Mm-hmm. I like
So I
that.
think it
Yeah.
would still be very powerful with males definitely. But I just, for some reason, feel very called to keep it like a sacred women's circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I honor
That's
that
the name
so
of my
much. And
sacred
I know,
women's circle. So I
yes,
was like,
we,
that's,
and
yes.
it's like you're really, I could feel that. It was very palpable that that female energy felt multiplied. It felt exponential as we move through the days. So I just really want to thank you for that. That those are all these little touches, right, Mayum? All
Yeah.
these little things that she
Yeah.
thought of that I just
I
kind of
agree.
really blows my mind.
And although we
Oh,
did have Danny, the driver, who was
Danny the
amazing.
driver.
We
And
That
the
was
loved him.
sound
And
awesome.
I
healer
loved his
was a
energy.
guy as well. The sound, the
Oh, yeah,
sound guy,
Yeah.
Joshua.
Joshua, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was,
Yes.
yeah.
He was
But
sweet and really
yeah,
good. Yeah.
that didn't feel like as in, I don't know. It
It
felt
wasn't
very
like
like,
as intimate or personal with his
Yeah.
yeah,
healing on us
Mhm.
individually.
yes.
It felt like he was providing the healing through sound. So
Yeah.
to me, yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't like his hands or
Yeah.
his one-on-one. It wasn't
Right.
one-on-one.
Yeah, totally. And he actually had a very feminine energy to me. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
he
It's
felt
nice.
very like right androgynous,
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of like he didn't feel very like
Yeah.
which is all we're doing on these retreats is we're
Yeah.
feeling, we're connecting
Yeah.
with these healers, right? We're tapping into their energy, and he was just so amazing too. I'm just now that we're talking about him, I
Yeah.
mean, he was super cute.
You're
He
super
was
cute.
super cute. He was
Super
super
cute.
cute.
He was so
Too
cute.
young for me, baby, but yeah, super cute.
Yeah. Oh, girl, come on now. No, but I loved how he he was using instruments based on what we were going through. Like he kind of trusted his instincts and was
Yeah.
playing instruments like really just amazing pieces that were, I mean, and the gong. I mean, can we just
Yeah.
talk
It's
about the
amazing.
gong?
Well,
He had a huge
yes.
gong at the end, and he played that for quite a while. But yeah, just beautiful, beautifully done. All of the healers,
Yeah.
I can't even and that's the thing we talked about in the last episode is there's no way, Chelsea, like we could find them on our own
Yeah.
necessarily in that format, you know?
Mhm.
No, and that's what I feel like was so wonderful for me. And, I signed up just because I don't know. I was like, I'm in. What did you just call it? A radiate retreat? I'm in. Okay. And I trusted my girlfriend, who's a longtime girlfriend of mine, Melissa. And so I trusted her, but she did show me the itinerary. She goes, Mayum, look at what we're doing. I
Yeah.
was like, I am in. I'm in. I'm in. And I didn't care what was going to happen. I just knew that I needed this and I wanted to experience it. But I got so much more than I expected, above
Yes.
and beyond what I thought I was coming to. And that's why why we want to share this so that other people can understand, like, your beautiful PDF, file that you shared about all the modalities and all the details about what's going to happen and what you're going to experience does not
I
give
know.
it justice.
That's been
No.
my most difficult part. I find that hearing other women's like testimonials, like videos or whatever, is the most impactful. But that's been the most difficult part of running this business is portraying what it is. Cause I
Yeah.
know it's so
Yeah.
powerful and I don't know how to like portray that
You're
through
you're doing a pretty
PDF
damn good
document.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah. On
Yeah, your
Instagram though,
Instagram is
Thank
amazing.
you.
But
it
I
is.
also think testimonials and like this kind of thing is, I think,
Mm,
really, you're absolutely right, though. It's not two-dimensional like paper. This is
yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, ninth dimensional work you're
Yeah.
doing, right? So I can totally understand that that is not translatable necessarily. It's
Mhm.
almost like speaking two different languages almost.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's why I feel like these conversations need to happen and need to get into that fourth dimension, into the sound waves, right? So people can start hearing
Yeah.
this is nuts. It's so amazing. It was
Yeah.
so powerful.
It
I
was.
have
And
another
I
question.
love all the reels that you make and create. And that was also super fun for me
Yes.
to do some because I'm
Yeah.
trying to
I
learn more
love
about
your
reels.
videos.
But I do agree that makes it really pretty and, oh, it looks magical. And yes, all of that is truth. I'm
Yeah.
wondering if you get a video camera and you do some footage at the actual retreat.
Mhm.
that you showcase and you interview us. Oh my gosh, what happened? You just came out of the Temazcal. Like,
Mhm.
what happened
Yeah,
to you? And
absolutely.
share, in the raw
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah,
so that it's magical and beautiful. But what if we got some of the rawness in there too?
yeah,
Yeah.
Um, in the moment, just so that like
Yeah.
maybe I want to be there. Like I want to give me
yeah,
a little slice of what it's like there.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know anything, like I said, going into it, and it was above and beyond what my expectations. And my expectations were like, this is going to be amazing, but it
yeah.
was fucking amazing. Like it was like,
Yes. So
what?
good.
I got there, and you beautifully set out the words to talk about the words that you I want to talk about your process. Did we do that yet?
Yeah.
Like how you came to choose the
Yes.
word for each attendee, and the
Yeah.
Mhm.
beautiful gifts that you laid out on the beds when we arrived. Just the pure thoughtfulness that you put in your energy.
Yeah.
So
How did you do that? Like, what was your process to get those powerful words, those for all of us? And
Trying to remember how that started. I don't know how that started. I just think the idea with my first one, I've been doing that since the first one. It just popped in my head. But I know that I think about each woman so much. And like as soon as a woman signs up, like I sit there and I imagine her there. And I imagine like each
mm,
of you, I imagined you at the sound bath doing the breath work. I like sit there and
wow.
imagine you going through the whole week and which room you're in, and I meditate on it, and
Oh.
I just think about each woman so much. So if someone cancels, it breaks my heart.
oh my gosh, I bet.
I bet. Oh my
But yeah, I just
gosh.
put like so much thought into each woman, and I do hear a little bit of your stories on the phone. I talk to every woman that's going on the
I
phone
love
first.
that.
So I
Mhm.
Yeah.
get little bits and pieces of what you're going through or your intention in coming, and I just really sit with it, and I want it to be exactly what each woman needs it to be for her.
Wow.
Oh.
I love
Well,
that you
it
set an
worked.
intention for each woman, sort of. Yeah.
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 Set that
It
intention.
definitely
And
worked.
it did. And we've already talked about it with you personally, and then we talked about it on our podcast about the word that you
Mhm.
gave us. And
Mhm.
Yes.
so we'd like to share that we did the same for you before you
Oh,
logged on. Um, we decided to, it was Manjeet's idea, and I loved it. We were feeling like, let's do the same for you, Chelsea, where we picked a deck and we pulled a card for you. So
thank
yeah,
Oh.
and we
you.
thought maybe at the end of the interview we would showcase the cards and talk about it and see how they resonate with you.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
would love
Yeah.
that. So
awesome.
much.
I know when you bring such gifts, to these to all of us, these women, gathering. That's actually one of the things I want to, talk about as well is your connection to gathering women, because I think that's different than just, being on a healing odyssey. What you're doing is going through the motions of going through the healing odyssey, but then also taking it to the light worker
Mhm.
mastery,
Yeah.
really, right? Where you're saying, I want to magnify this and give the opportunity to gather more women so that they can get what they need for
Mhm.
healing. So I
Yes.
just love that. And I love that your process of connecting with us. I think I told you in a text message, I could feel that. I could feel
Mhm.
you tapping in. I
Yeah.
was like, I can feel your energy, like with love and light. It felt like this star, like a
Mhm.
starlight, just kind of
Aw.
hovering around. It was just a really cool. So the work you're doing, it is tangible. It is, we feel it. We feel
Thank
it. We feel
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're so grateful. I felt seen
Yes.
by you.
you. Aw.
Yeah, I
I really did.
agree because of the intention that you set forth for each
Yeah.
one of us. It was felt, and
Yeah.
I am grateful for my word. I'm grateful for you seeing me, feeling me, tapping into my energy, and allowing me to come there to get whatever I needed out of the retreat. Like it did feel personal, right? Even
Yeah.
though we're all
Very
together, and
totally.
I can't,
Yeah.
we can't speak for all the other women, but for me and Manjeet, it felt personal. So it was
Oh
great.
yeah, we felt like you were like, oh, you were in our corner. Like it was, I'm just curious because I'm thinking about our listener out there. Would you mind, Chelsea, just kind of going through just real briefly, and you'll get more of a taste of this listener in episode 91 again. But could you just kind of tell us what day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5 was, what
Yeah.
it entailed? Just
Yeah.
a quick version, because then I'd like to know which one of those processes, those healing modalities was the most impactful for you this time
Okay.
around. And then and Mayume and me will answer too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah, so day 1 is just everyone arriving and getting settled, and we have a welcome dinner. And I always share a little bit of my story, which I think sets the tone to be open and vulnerable. And then I ask everyone to share their intention for being there. And that's actually one of my favorite parts, to just see everyone, right off the bat, open up their hearts to each other and say why they're there. And then day 2 is kind of more about getting grounded in our physical bodies and physical healing. So we start the day off with yoga, and then we go to the beach and we do breath work. And sometimes Ilaria puts in more like shaking or stuff, or sometimes she goes with what she's feeling. So that time it was a lot more of the breath work. So I try to mix in like healing stuff mixed with just like fun stuff. So then of course we have our beach day with drinks on the beach. And then dinner in the jungle. And then the second day, or that would be the third day, is more of like on an energetic spiritual level. So we do the Reiki and we do the sound bath.
Cenote.
Yeah,
the Reiki was in the
Yes, but we have to talk about the water element.
Oh yeah, the water. Yeah.
That was like my favorite.
It's amazing. Yeah, those waters are so healing. And they also, on a physical level, have like minerals, like really good minerals for skin in the water. So
I know I wanted to stay in there so much longer.
Oh
I
yeah.
know. I love them. That's my favorite.
That's good feedback, Mayume, for next time. Maybe have a little longer time.
A little longer in the water together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be really good because we did the healing together. Like we felt really energetically connected and beautiful. Anik, our soul sister, she really guided that Reiki session. And I mean, I don't know how she just cleared all of us.
Magical.
She is.
There's no way to know how she does it.
Magical.
Unbelievable. But then we wash into the cenote, right? And clear. But I just have to say, I know we said it last time too, but I remember going in and it was really cold. And I heard you and Anik say, you have to ask permission to go in. It's that sacred and that powerful. And literally when I said, please, may I enter? I felt warm, like water coming all through, and I just jumped in. And I'm not like that. Like I that's not like me. So yeah, that was this huge, right? Just saying, please let me in. I want to be cleared and cleaned. Yeah. So yeah, thank you. Okay, so that was
I
love that. And
then we did the rooftop pizza and wine. And then day, I think we're on 4, is kind of combining the physical with the energetic spiritual level, which is the temazcal. So and cacao. So we did the cacao, which is a good mix of both. It's a physical sensation, with a spiritual ceremony. And the spa is physical, being just comfortable in our bodies.
Forced to be comfortable in your body.
You were forced to go naked. You all took your clothes off.
I agree. It was like if you had clothes on, there was something wrong with you, girl. It was like, you better take your clothes off.
I just had that was that, because having the temazcal beforehand, I just have to say, and I don't know if I mentioned this in the last episode because it's kind of personal, but when Amaya was talking about women and our bodies and our sovereignty, and she talked about our vaginas, right? Like in having them open and having our throat chakras open and alive. And this is actually part of being a woman, that we've been kind of suppressed in these two areas.
Yeah.
Because I had
Blocked.
set the intention, yeah, blocked and blocked. And
Blocked and blocked.
before I went into the cacao ceremony, I had kind of made the intention that I'll go topless, but I'll just leave my bottoms on.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. But when she said that, I don't know, something, it just meant when she was clearing us and she said, open your legs
Yeah.
so the smoke can come up through your vagina. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I am suffocating my vagina.
Yeah. Sorry, male listener.
Sorry, male listener. The one male listener that we have. But I was just like, I cannot believe it. And then I just before I went into the spa, right? I just took them off and I was like, oh my gosh. And it was so fucking liberating.
Yeah.
I
felt the same, like after the ceremony. And my intention was, I want to heal my body, whatever it is that is blocking me. I want to heal my body. And it felt like, well, I needed to not have any shame. I just had to be who I was. So I did feel a shift in that I was okay with taking my bottoms off. So yeah.
Yes. Isn't it weird?
I love that.
Yeah, she's like, we need to open our vaginas. And I was like, I'm opening my vagina right now. Everybody, watch out. My vagina's open. Okay, Amanda said I need to do this, and I'm going to do it. So I'm sure getting out of that clay bath, everyone got a good look at my vagina. So
oh my God.
It was, and I don't know how many more times I can say vagina, but
a few more, I'm sure. I'm sure.
I'm sorry. Oh God, I had to throw that in there. Sorry. And she was so amazing. The shaman.
She was. Right? Oh gosh, I loved her.
I
loved her. She felt very magical and goddess like to me because of her Mayan heritage and blood that is in her, in her body. But I just felt like, ooh, she's very powerful on this earth. Very powerful.
But she was goofy.
We are on Mayan land, so it's land. And so even I think she taught us a few words to say, like, thanks, Mayan. That's important. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I love that you brought that, because you feel that powerful connection. She talks about her grandmother's energy. And it was like, they were all there. Like it's in the soil, in the land. It was breathtaking. So I'm sorry, we digress. You were saying.
I know, sorry.
Mayan.
We diverted.
We did. I know we had to. I'm sorry. I had
From
to.
vaginas to the Temazcal.
Yeah.
Yes. But I love how you're saying that last day was, I love this because it really does put it into perspective how you envisioned it as physical and spiritual. So the last day was kind of encapsulating both of those things. Yeah. So we got clear about our bodies, and then
the Temazcal, which is, on a physical level, it's a sweat lodge. On a spiritual level, it's like facing your fears and calling out your spirit guides. And, there's a whole lot going on at both those levels. And then the last day is just supposed to be a day of celebration for everything you've gone through and just celebrating yourself and your journey and each other. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we do a photo shoot and we, go to a really nice spot for cocktails and have dinner and the end.
I will say that I felt the restaurants that you selected for us was luxury.
Thank you.
I mean, I would absolutely rank this as a luxury retreat.
Yeah, sure. I've played with that word. Like I've thrown it in and I've taken it out because I think luxury does mean different things to different people, like depending on your background, maybe.
Agreed. That's true. Thank you. Yeah. But the quality of the food was really great. It was very, very good too. Because, sometimes you wonder, like, because it was vegan, food for the stuff in the resort. But then we did have, steak for dinner, like, and pizza and pepperoni pizza. Your pepperoni pizza was fucking awesome, Mayume.
It really was. I was craving pepperoni. It is quite ridiculous to have pepperoni pizza in Tulum, Mexico. But I was like, you knew the pizza was going to be fabulous. So I was like, well,
no, I was toying with it. I really wanted it, but I didn't get it. I got the other one, which was really great too. It had the spicy one, which
was also really amazing.
We shared, but I was like,
And then Kim Han got all the pizza leftovers in her. I was like, damn it, where's my pepperoni? Because like at midnight, you're like, oh, I
Yes.
could
Oh
use
my
a slice right now.
So I'm curious.
That Kim
Yeah,
Han.
love that water queen. Love her. Oh my gosh. These
I
women,
love
that's the other thing, right? Is this gathering, this whole gathering thing. So I want to talk about that. But before we do that, maybe can you share what was one of the out of all of the the healing modalities that you've put together for us, which ones did you really feel was most impactful for you? And I'm sure it's different at different times in
Yeah.
your life, but I'm just
Well,
curious.
it's really interesting because most of these healing modalities don't actually impact me as much as they impact the women on the retreats. I haven't had like really life-changing experiences like how Melissa was having like visions and with the breath work. I mean, I almost get jealous. Like I haven't had an experience like that. And I just have come to realize like
That's interesting.
my healing is through the other women. And so I'm not trying to say
Wow.
these have changed my life and they're going to change yours.
That's
It's
so
just
interesting.
options for you to try out and whichever impacts you the most. And so I'm not going to claim, anything that's not true. Like really, some of them don't impact me that much, but I see them impact other women. So I think really what impacts me the most is just the other women and really being surrounded by women and going through this together. But in terms of the healing modalities, my kind of way of being is I chip away at a little bit each time. With each sound bath, I get something a little deeper. With each like Temescal, I discover something else, but I haven't had this like big breakthrough moment like most of the women do. So it's really interesting for me, but
Yet.
Interesting.
Yet.
I
The answer
love
is
that.
yet.
Well, and I like how you
Yeah.
said it's
And
progressive.
honestly,
It's
oh,
progressive. I think that's good for women to hear. It doesn't have to always be life changing, right?
no. And to be fair, you're 20 years younger. Wait, maybe
More.
more. Oh, maybe more. Okay, so maybe more. So there's a different phase of life. There's different experiences that we
Great
have
point.
gone
Yeah.
through already. So we're going to have a lot more maybe to work through where you are, like you said, chipping away of where you're at in your life. And so as you continue to live your life and things happen, up and down, then you may find like, oh my gosh, I did have something happen here and a breakthrough here. So I just think more life will. That sounds kind of crappy. Like, guess what? You haven't suffered enough, girl. So there's nothing to heal right now. But you will. No, I don't want to say that, but it depends on life experiences and what you've gone through. So of course you're witnessing 50-year-old women having breakthroughs because they've lived and had,
so I think
some life
definitely the
going
most
on.
impactful part for me is the women and going through.
Oh, I love that. So would you say why
I love it too.
you do this work? Because it's connected to kind of your healing
I
and
didn't realize
evolution?
that till this retreat, actually. I think it was Anique said that.
Wow.
Someone said that, oh, your healing is through the women. I didn't realize that till this retreat. I just love like showing people all these opportunities and just showing them and providing the space. I just love it. I get so excited planning it. Like I'm sitting there doing budgeting, like, I'm so excited like, with stuff that wouldn't be exciting, normally. I love planning it and
I love it. It means you're in alignment with who you really are.
Absolutely.
Right? Would you agree? Do you feel that? You are in alignment with who you really are. You have found it. And some people, that takes many, many, years to finally get in alignment with who they really are. So, and that's what it feels like. It feels good. Things are easy. Things flow. You have passion for this work. And so you really are, and you know this. But you are a light worker.
I was going to say you're actually, I mean, according to our criteria or our little like guidelines, you're actually really a light master. If
really?
Yeah, in that I feel because light masters are teachers, they're leaders, right, of other light workers. So like we're light workers coming to you, and through your retreat, you are leading us to evolve and to grow, right, into our authentic aligned selves. And so I would just throw it out there that you, my sister, are a master because you are helping us learn more about ourselves. You're our teacher on this journey. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. You're the
Right?
leader of this.
Yeah.
You are
Yes.
leading light
Yes.
workers into a beautiful, magical experience to elevate, enlighten, and help them on their journey.
Yes, queen. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
We always we have the light seeker, the light worker, the light warrior, the light master, the light mystic. And you can read more about those on our Instagram. We'll put that down there. But
Yep.
the light warrior is also works as a professional in the field. And so this is where I feel like you're moving into that, right? Into like saying, I declare this work as my work.
Yeah.
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 So is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in the middle of getting my certification in breathworks, so I can be a breathwork facilitator. So I've actually been going to school.
Oh, I just got chills on that
yeah,
one.
I guess if you ask which modality
Yes.
impacts me the most, I guess it's breathwork, because like some of the feelings I get in breathwork, I thought you had to take drugs to feel, like psychedelics
Wow.
or something. So and I love that you can use it for like calming, or like I'm always overthinking things, but
Yes.
when you over oxygenate your body, it kind of forces you to stop thinking and just be. So breathwork has really impacted me, and I want to learn more about it, and I want to be able to facilitate it. So yeah,
I'm
so
so
I'm
excited.
full for
I'm
that.
I'm in.
Yes. I love that. Yeah.
Oh
If
my
you need some guinea
gosh.
pigs,
That is amazing. So
I
you have
would
to let
love
us
to,
know
yeah.
when that
maybe we could do
happens.
like a show. We could have like you work through it on a live show or something. Because
Fun. Yeah.
if you need people to like, to
Practice. I would
practice
love that.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love it. I love
I love
that.
it too.
How about you, Mayum? What was one of the like of our modalities?
Well, gosh darn it.
I
There's
know.
all of it was
It's a hard
amazing.
question.
I had and I shared this before, and I don't know if it's, some of you guys will understand this, but I had a changing of my guides
Yeah.
during Tulum and this, and which was it's beautiful, but it was also sad. I'd been with these guides. These are my spirit guides that I work with, Jung Yu, for the last 6 years. They've been with me, and this is like these two elderly monks that are with me and that I work with, and they showed me the gong, because there's a gong where I go to in the forest with them, and they were celebrating my elevation. And now my new guide, well, now that I've been sitting with it and meditating since Tulum, is really a Mayan warrior. It's this male, I call him like chief or chieftain, and he has this headdress, and he's got paint, and he's very serious, and he has a staff with a serpent head, and he bangs it on the ground like dun, dun, like, and he says, "It's time now, it's time." And he kind of scares the shit out of me a little bit, where I'm like, oh hi, where's Jung Yu? And so this happened. It started at the breath work with Ilaria. And I saw it all happening, and I thought, oh, maybe I'm just making this up, and I don't know. And then at Reiki with Anik in the caves, and then of course the cacao ceremony. So so it just was happening. Now he's back here with me, and has been with me the last couple weeks. And for me, the whole process has been impactful in that I felt like my soul elevated. I got an elevation in my journey to a higher level, to do more. Like, I'm ready to do more, to help heal others, to connect even further with spirit. And so the last cacao ceremony was really the catapult, right? That I think put me over, that to allow to be one with my vessel and my body, to truly love her. And that allowed me to step forward.
I love it.
Yes. Because I think it was a block that I wasn't aware of, that I had this block. So That was a really long-winded answer, but that's what happened
Yeah.
for me in Tulum. And I'm kind of like, holy shit, it
That's
was
wild
wild.
that it's
It
a
was wild.
Mayan and spirit.
And I know. I feel like I was supposed to
Definitely.
go there to meet this guide.
I
Man, it's
believe that.
crazy,
Yeah.
but he is scary. He's very
Oh
scary.
my gosh, that's so funny. But
I know. I'm like, I'm
yeah.
not supposed to be scared. I'm supposed to love my guide, but he'll soften. He's about business
Yeah,
right
he
now.
is. But that's kind of like,
Like he's
in coaching, we call that the sweet spot, because when you're too comfortable, that's usually when we're complacent, right? And so in the coaching world, you want to be just a little bit terrified and a little bit excited. That's like right at the sweet
terrified.
spot
Yeah.
for like you're
Yeah.
ready for that for
It
what's
is.
coming next, right? I love that.
Yeah.
I love that you're like,
Yes.
okay. But I think that's important, right?
Okay, let's
It's
go.
actually a really
Yeah.
empowering place to be,
Yeah.
that you're not so afraid to
Yeah.
like say no, but you're just saying, okay, I'm gonna, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. And he stands really close to me too, which is always a little more terrifying. I'm like, wow, you're so close. And he had his staff, Manjeet,
Oh
is
my
a
gosh,
serpent
yeah. It's
head, which is that healing. Remember the serpent I pulled
yes,
out of my
yeah.
head? And yeah, Archangel Raphael, the whole
Yeah.
serpent thing and the
Yeah.
dancing serpents
Oh
during the breath
yes.
work. Like,
Yeah, you'll
so
have to
anyway,
listen to that episode.
yeah,
It's Mayume had this fucked up dream, and she was like, man,
it
I don't
was
know what's going
fucked
on.
up.
And so we just kind of started chatting about,
Like, help me.
Oh
What
and
my
just
it's all about
happened?
this
Yeah.
serpent. So it's a really, it'll tie in, believe me, with this episode. It's so fun.
Okay, well, it's all about healing. Yeah, yeah. So what about you,
Oh
Manj?
my gosh.
Let's talk about like, yeah. I know it's
No,
hard to
it's
choose,
really
man,
hard,
but
but I feel like with Anik, I mean, obviously, she's like, I recognized her. I know her. Like we knew each other before, and not any nobody really knows this except for William, because I told him that it scared the shit out of me. Is when I'm in meditation, and Hathor, who's one of my guides, one of my goddesses that I love to connect with, she always comes to me like face like this, like I'm doing on the screen, like forehead to forehead, and well, yeah, and it scares me though, because it's like it's so like
yes.
she's so big and magnificent and brilliant, and I kind of have to like back away, but then I come forward again, and it's just one of the ways that she communicates with me, maybe gives me information or affirmation somehow. And Anik did that to me on this retreat. She came over to me and she just pushed her head onto my forehead, and there's actually a picture of it, and I was like, oh, I
I
know
posted
you.
it. That picture's on the retreat
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
On
yeah.
I just that was such a,
Yeah.
and I guess that's a little bit of the history of that image and why it was so impactful, because she did it completely
Wow.
intuitively, and not knowing that that was something, that was a language that I speak with my sisters in
Wow.
spirit.
Oh
I know,
gosh.
I know. I was like, Anik, what the hell, girl? Hi, good to see you again. So that was really amazing. But I also really love the cacao ceremony, and I like Amaya was she was just amazing. And I don't know if you remember, but there was a jaguar, a black jaguar that I could hear after we opened up our third eye, and we're all
Yeah.
tapping into stuff. And I wasn't afraid, but this black jaguar has been showing up everywhere for me.
Wow. Still?
And since then,
Since then or
Oh,
since
before
wow.
then?
then,
What do you mean?
yeah.
Oh, wow. I
Yeah. And I
love
didn't
that.
realize, because I asked her after, because we had the opportunity to talk to her after. And
Yes.
I asked her, what's this black jaguar? And she lifted her hand, and she had like prints on her arm, and like panther prints, leopard prints.
Leopard,
Yeah.
like, or leopard.
And she said,
Yeah.
yeah, that's my
Hmm.
spirit animal. And so that was really affirming for me. It felt like, okay, I'm not fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Number one,
Yeah.
and that was her spirit animal. So I felt like coming back, I see her everywhere. I saw her in my backyard, this beautiful black panther. So I'm just really, yeah, there were so many beautiful things that in there, but that was one that just really stuck out for me, was
Yeah.
um, that kind of
Yeah.
awakening.
That was
Yeah.
pretty
I think I
amazing.
need more cacao in my life.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Yes.
I know.
Yes. Say yes to
Yes.
that.
So, Mayum, how do you feel about
All right.
sharing our cards with?
Yes. Yeah. I didn't know if you wanted to ask. I guess we're not. We're just because we're running out of time. I wanted to ask. I
Yes.
have one question. Um, when did you, or have you, when did you realize, Chelsea, that you may be a light worker? That the work that you do really does embrace the light and the light work of elevating this world and people. I mean, have you felt that, or was it not until this podcast, or like, I mean, when did you really kind of say, you know what, I love the light work that I do? Like, did that
Yeah, I
ever
think it was that
happen?
moment I was describing at the first retreat when I just looked around and I was like, what have I done here? Like it was the first
Mm.
kind of healing ceremony. We were in a Reiki circle and no one was talking. I mean, we're all just closing our eyes and breathing and everyone's crying and having these breakthroughs. And yeah, I just had a moment. I think I said out loud, like, holy shit, what have I done? I think that was probably the moment. Like, and then I burst into tears. I was just like shaking because I couldn't believe that this was something I put together.
Oh.
So yeah, it was probably that moment.
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
Okay. When you realize that you are doing light work, I love it, and thank you for being a light
Yes.
worker and light master. You know, to bring everyone together and continuing to do this. And I know that these retreats will only get bigger and
Yes.
better.
So you,
So can't wait to
yeah,
see
you
the
better sign up
journey
now,
and
ladies.
how it will take us. Yeah.
Sign up now.
Yes.
That's whatever's
Seriously.
coming up. You've got to get in because she's not
Yeah.
going to have, you know, they're very, very custom.
That's
They're going
true.
to fill
They're
up
going to fill
quick.
up. You do have one coming up
Yeah, I have one
in
coming up in
November.
November. I
Yeah.
still have 2 spaces left, and I think it's gonna be a one-time thing, glamping. I might do it again, but I like having the holistica as like my set usual. So I'm thinking maybe once a year I'll mix it up and do something different, like how I'm doing the glamping one.
Love
And
that.
then next year will be in March, will be the next one.
Okay.
Well, the next one in March.
I love
Okay,
it.
I love it. And then I have another last question. I'm sorry. I do you recommend, or maybe it doesn't matter, would you recommend that the women that come to your retreat know each other in advance? Are these groups of friends that, longtime friends that come to do the experience together, or
That's
do
a
you
good question.
recommend that it's all
Yeah.
individual? And I know you'll have a
Yeah.
mixture of both, because ours was a mixture of both, where some
Mhm.
of us knew each other and came together, and then there were some that didn't know
Yeah.
anyone. So, do you have a preference? Have you noticed a difference between groups, or I mean, does it
Yeah, I
matter? What are your
100%
thoughts on that?
recommend going alone. I've seen that like 100%. I notice a difference when people are alone and they don't have friends there. They are already coming so much more vulnerable and having to rely on other women. Whereas when you come with a
Yes.
friend, it is you're bringing a comfort zone a little bit. Um, so yeah,
Sure.
I 100% recommend going alone. But I've done it with like mothers and daughters, and that was really beautiful in its own way. And like I know you guys, you push each other a lot and really understand each other. So there's
Yeah.
definitely like, beautiful benefits of going with people, but
Yeah.
for the most impact and transformation, 100% go alone.
Oh shit. I
Love it.
love that. And I have to say, I wasn't expecting that answer. I don't know what I was expecting,
Yeah.
but you saying 100% go alone. Okay, everyone, listeners, do you hear
You
this?
can do this.
So you're thinking to yourself, oh shit, I'm going to contact
Nope.
four of my besties and we're going to
Nope.
go do this retreat. So Chelsea says,
Yeah.
no, if you want the most
Yes.
benefit and the most impactful,
Yeah.
go
Feel
alone.
feel that, power, right? That
Yeah,
and
because it's
you will be taken
scary. I
care
mean,
of. Yeah.
yeah, it's scary to go alone. Like
Yeah.
it's just a whole different like level of vulnerability, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But you won't be alone by the
Absolutely.
end. We're
Cool.
probably like day one. You'll have like 5 best friends.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
totally.
you won't
That's
be alone for
exactly what
long.
happens. The entire
Mm.
group
Yeah, it
becomes
really does.
one by the
Oh
end.
Yeah.
my gosh.
I
I
love it.
love it.
I love
We
it.
love you. We
Love it.
love
And
you
I love
I
you,
so
love you
much.
Chelsea.
guys.
so much. This is so great. Okay, you want to hear the cards that we pulled for you?
Yeah. You want to go, ma'am? You got yours handy?
Okay. Sure. I'll go. I do have mine handy. Okay. So we sat with this. I cleared my cards. I picked the deck, and the deck that I picked for you was Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light. Looks like
Okay.
this. Okay. Oracle cards, and the card that I pulled was Lady Nada. Sorry, I have to put my glasses on. See, I'm old, Chelsea. So Lady
getting mine as
Nada. Now look now wait till you see the picture of this, of her.
It's
Oh my
you.
God.
Look at this. It's you. And look at the pink
Normally my hair is
roses.
like
It's so
curly like
beautiful.
that too.
Yes. Yeah.
No way. And how do you feel about pink? So, and then Lady Nada, Heart
Aw.
Awakening. Awaken to acceptance and divine love, give and receive in
Aw.
balance. And I was laughing because
Yeah,
the word you gave
balance.
me was balance. So I was like, of course, I would, of course, like give it right back to you. But so what I sense with this card, and I am going to read a tiny bit from the guidebook too, is this heart awakening. It is about give and receive in balance. As you continue to be the light master that you are, and you're going to lead and gather these women for their own healing journey, you have to also make sure as you're giving, that you allow time for balance, that you
Yeah.
receive. Okay. Because you're putting out so much work beforehand with each individual as you are meditating and connecting with their energy. And then, you are on a high vibe during the retreat. So you're making sure everyone's okay, making sure everything's running smoothly. And so allowing yourself that downtime in between, because that's when you're
Yeah.
giving so much. So now this is the time to relax, sit
Yeah.
and receive, so that you can fill your heart up to be able to give again. Okay. So Lady Nada is said to be another incarnation of Mary Magdalene. That's really interesting because of your religious background, right? But even if she is, the energies are slightly different. Lady Nada is a mighty spiritual priestess of love who once existed in the land of Atlantis. Did you know this,
No.
Manjeet? She is the light force that helps us awaken our heart to the divine love that we deserve. The light keeper whose essence allows the light within our heart to expand, revealing a true, real, naked, and vulnerable aspect of our soul. She brings an opportunity to experience divine love, whether through a relationship, adventure, or experience. So the cave of your heart is opening wide for you to experience divine love. You have an opportunity to overcome past pain, heartbreak, and letdowns. This is a wonderful time to cherish and love yourself, and then allow yourself to be cherished and loved by others. It's such a give and take, and that is exactly who you are and what you're doing. And she looks like you look like her. So to me, I was like, damn, I mean, I trust Spirit.
Yeah.
Spirit always picks the right cards for the
Please
right
send me a
person. So
photo.
I'll
Yeah.
make sure and
Thank
send a
you.
picture. Yep. Of both and the whole thing. I didn't read everything in there, but
Thank
you'll get the
you.
rest. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah,
Does
it
that
does.
resonate with
Thank
you?
you.
I love that.
Yeah. Oh
Yay. I love
I
it.
do too. Love it.
Wow, that is so
Yeah.
cool. I know when she picked it before, you came online, Chelsea, we were both like, oh my gosh, it looks just like her. She's beautiful and blonde. And
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, that is so
Yeah.
cool. So cool.
Amazing. Oh, thank you. It's amazing.
Are you open to the card that came forward for you from
Yes.
my deck?
Yes.
That always sounds so pervy. Came from my deck. I'm sorry, I
I know.
can't say that without giggling. We have a whole podcast where we keep saying our, the deck,
I know.
the deck.
It just sounded, I know.
It's
We're
so
so
bad.
cornball.
Sorry, Chelsea. So this is the deck that came forward for you today. This is called Visions of the Soul by Kim Dreyer. Do you have this one? You know this one? Okay. These are meditations and portal cards. So, because when I was tapping into your energy, it felt very multidimensional. It felt very like star-like, like you're not really kind of from here. And so this was really coming forward. And this is your card. It is a number 6, the third eye chakra. So lots of purple here. And I don't know, she looks so angelic, this light being, right? This is a what I call a light master. um,
Yes.
and the key words here are fearless, charismatic, visionary, self-mastery, telepathy, and intuition. So this is about you, your visions coming to life. This is about your ability to really create these spaces and making them work. Because really, when the women are all together, we are ascending. We are, right, we're kind of in alternate realities all the time, going into past lives, future self. We're doing all this work, but you're able to hold this space for us with the power of your third eye. So it says, now is the time.
Which I agree is opening, right? Sorry. Would you agree? Doesn't that resonate? Like, I feel like you're already intuitively opened and opening.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll just read this little bit here.
Sorry,
And then it's not a ton, but it says, now is the time for you to fully trust your innate wisdom. All you need to know is not out there, but within you. And it's been within you from the beginning. Now is not a time for learning, but for unlearning that which has been a barrier to your divine self. Let go of any belief or learning that carries with it a frequency of fear. Okay. So I'm really, this is really tapping into your heart chakra for me for some reason. Like my whole lungs are filling up with like purple light. So like trusting in this power for your heart to heal. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's no longer needed. You are your own master. Master. Yes. And you have the ability to access visionary states that can connect you to a higher dimension of being. The only tool you truly need right now is your intuition and your willingness to awaken.
Wow. Thank you.
You are a queen. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud to know you, right? That's how I feel in this moment.
We are so honored for you to be in our life, that the way you entered into our lives. And we are so excited to see your journey and the way it's unfolding and continues to unfold, and the way you gather and lead women. So thank you so much.
I love you guys. Thank you for having me. This is really such an honor. It means so much to me.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely. So for our listeners, for all you guys out there, if you want to find Chelsea. So Chelsea, why don't you tell them actually where they can find you?
I have a website now. It just launched it.
Yes!
Days ago. So it's radiateretreat.com. I've been working on it for over a year now, and I finally pressed publish. And then on Instagram, it's radiate.retreat. And my personal Instagram is at Chelsea Lynn Liu. So, but check out my new website because I worked really hard on it.
Yay! It's awesome. It's awesome, by the way.
I love it. It's a beautiful. It's very well put together, and it's beautiful, very pleasing to the eyes. I love it. Love it. So everyone, you must, so log on, check it out, take a look at dates, or at least maybe is there a newsletter that they could subscribe to if they want updates, or should they just follow you on Instagram to get updates about retreats?
Newsletter is something in the future. I have so many plans in the future. So yeah.
Yeah. So like if someone says, oh, is there a list of dates of the next retreat?
Yeah, so there's a form you can fill out on the website. There, it's all over. It says join the magic, join and apply, and then you can tell me what dates you're interested in, and I'll have your email, and that'll start the communication.
Oh,
okay.
I love
Wonderful.
it.
Yay. So this is great.
Thank you.
Thank you so
much.
Love
you. We love you. We love you. We only want love and light your way, and so much success in your journey. We honor you. We love you. We respect you. And we'll be at the next retreat. What? Yeah. Did I say that?
Yeah. But separately.
yeah, that'll work. Yes. Although you were really helpful for me
That'll
on this one. I really needed you at this one because I worked out a lot of shit with you offline.
Same. It was great.
Yes.
It was great.
Oh,
It was great. I think we had to feel that out.
Yes.
We'll know.
thank
But
you.
I love this. Thank you so much for being with us. And listeners, thanks for joining us. And we love you all. Until next
Namaste.
time, we'll see you later.